So the Valve Steam Deck was announced, and Nintendo announced the Nintendo Switch OLED model. And I'm left with one question on my mind. This is a major industry thing, like Valve launching a handheld. That's pretty crazy. Even Sony doesn't launch handhelds anymore. So I'm wondering, did Nintendo just lose a very easy win to Valve? Let's talk about it. But before we do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know when we go live for these sort of industry therapy sessions for me, really. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. So anyway, the long and the short of it is, and I'm just thinking of this on top of my head, everybody and their grandmother was talking about the Nintendo Switch that was going to be. It was going to be this amazing thing, and it was going to do all this cool new stuff. It was going to be more powerful. Games would be able to run at 60. We see modders out there all the time playing Nintendo games, running at higher frame rates, running at higher resolutions on, PC hardware, basically, that can do more things and present Nintendo games in a prettier way, to say the least. So here comes Valve, and they launched this handheld literally within the same window as the Nintendo Switch OLED model. Now, the Nintendo Switch OLED model launched at $350. Some people who pre-ordered at Walmart, who ordered the red and blue version, myself included, got emails saying, hey, we've reduced the price of your Nintendo Switch OLED model to $300. But I believe that was just a Walmart specific thing. And those emails came out shortly after the Valve Steam Deck was announced at $399, at the $399 price point. And this thing can do basically anything your PC can do. You can plug a controller into it. It's more accessible. You can hook it up to a monitor and keyboard and mouse, and you're good to go. It's really, really an interesting thing. Now, if you haven't been following the news, let me catch you up on the Valve Steam Deck. Steam Deck. Steam Deck is this. It's what I use for all the videos, right? That is a Steam Deck, right? You press this button and something plays. I gotta fix this, sorry. And I almost wish they called it something else, because everybody is making that mistake that I work with. Steam Deck versus Steam Deck. Regardless, the Steam Deck, it's basically a Switch, but it plays PC games. They're not the first person in the market to make something like this. This is a device that has been, created before. And the price point is what is especially juicy. So the OLED model comes out, it's $350, and then Valve comes around the corner and they're like, hey, how about $399 for something that can run all your games in handheld mode at 60 FPS at 720p. The thing is about as powerful as an Xbox Series S. So it's good hardware, and you can play most of the PC games because they only have to run in 720p on your device. It's very enticing to a lot of people. So you got the $399 model with 64 gigs. You got a $529 model with 256 gigs. And then you got the $649 model, which is 512 gigs. You get an anti-glare screen on the glass also. You also have faster storage as you pay more. So here's Nintendo just releasing a enhanced piece of glass, basically, the OLED model for the Switch with some audio enhancements for on the go. And then Valve comes around the corner and they're like, well, we're going to give you 3 different pricing options of varying storage. We're going to allow you to play in either 30 or 60 for all your games, because basically it's a PC. We're going to allow you to put this thing down, plug it into a monitor, play with a keyboard and mouse, and just go. We're going to have cloud saves on this thing, so if you're playing on the go and then you come home, you sync up and you're playing on your 720p display, you sync up to your beefy, amazing PC at home, and you're good to go. It's a modern piece of hardware at a time when people are constantly asking, what can your platform do? What can your console do? How well does it run your games? Is it optimized, right? That is a bigger conversation than it has ever been. And honestly, the Steam Deck, in my opinion, comes out ahead with these two. Now, of course, Nintendo stuff is going to sell out. So Nintendo, like, probably isn't that worried about this. Nintendo knows we're going to sell out no matter what we put on the market. Nintendo just can do no wrong, right? They're always going to be number one in terms of sales. But in my opinion, they just lost what was like the lowest hanging easy win fruit ever. They talked about Zelda again, no new Switch announcement. They brought up Metroid Dread, no new Switch announcement. Their big announcement was a piece of glass. And like, yeah, you can talk about the audio features and everything and how it's going to look better when you're on the go. But when you dock that baby, it's the same internal guts, meaning there's no enhancements there. Meanwhile, you have Valve coming along and they're like, let's put an Xbox in your hands. Let's allow you to go portable with an Xbox Series S. Here you go. Microsoft came out with that. I don't know what it was, but it was like a console with touchscreens or something like that. I've seen a lot of people tweeting about that, right? The market is getting competitive, Nintendo. And hopefully, I honestly hope people take a little chomp out of the tail of Nintendo, so to speak. Because Nintendo, I feel like they've been just sort of crushing it with the Switch. So they're not feeling any pressure to modernize the Switch or make any changes there. So the OLED model is honestly, it's a very strange, odd half step, very late into a console generation. It's strange to me. The time is right for them to launch a new model. You got Apex running at 30 FPS on the Switch. You got people asking for more performance from Nintendo. You got people downloading your games, modding them so that they can run better. And here comes Steam offering all that and more. You can do mods. Here's some of my notes. You can plug in a controller to it. I talked about that. Cloud saves. It supports mods. I believe Digital Foundry was the one who compared it to the Xbox Series S. As you buy more memory, it gets more powerful. They're selling these at a loss also. Gabe Newell talked to Ryan over at IGN, my buddy. About that. I always feel weird. I'm like, I should probably mention that I work with Ryan and and we do Unlock together. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, you can adjust your FPS setting. Now, if you set a higher FPS setting, you are going to eat away at your battery life. So if just having options is great, isn't it? Oh, my battery's low. I only got 2 hours left. I better dip down to 30 on my subway ride home because I know I'm going to, be taking a little bit longer. Wi-Fi only downloads for the games. That's, whatever. That's fine. And they're going to follow up about Switch docks and things like that. I got my reservation in. I also managed to get an OLED model. And I didn't even try to get an OLED model. I saw the Walmart pre-orders went up sort of late. So I got one of those. And I'll probably be filming some B-roll of the unit or something like that for work, But anyway, this thing has a Zen 2 RDNA chip. So if you've been looking for your Switch upgrade, there you go. You got it. And I think a lot of people recognize that. These things sold like crazy. They're doing a queue system where depending on when you pre-ordered, you will have different quarters and such to actually get your unit. So the initial launch window, I believe, is December. I have the website actually open right here. I got to figure out the camera, by the way, because every time I go to a website, the screen gets so dark. It's December, right? So my personal pre-order is Q1 2022, but they will begin shipping in December 2021. So it says your expected order availability Q1 2022. I believe that means I can't buy the unit until Q1. They have a little bit of a weird system, but point is, if I am Q1, that means Q4 of 2021, that's all sold out. And I'm actually in phase 2 or 3, who knows? And who knows how many phases they're going to have. So they can just keep doing pre-orders. They're aware of the manufacturing limitations. And check this out. I love that they actually looked at your account. Now, I realize there was some weird stuff going on there. They looked at your account. They made sure that you made a purchase in like the last 6 months or something, and they checked how old your account was. Wow. What a great way to sort of at least curtail the scalpers of these coveted consoles that everybody is searching for, right? I like that they came up with some sort of something. It's something, right? I think PlayStation sort of tried this, and I actually really like that they did that. So PlayStation will offer it, will look at your account, and they'll say, hey, look, you want to get a PS5? We see your account. We see that you don't have one yet. You're allowed to get a ticket to get a pre-order in. And that is one way to curtail scalpers. And I believe Xbox did something similar too later on down the line after Sony did it. But the point is, that is a great system. And if Valve can figure it out, let's start doing that for Xbox and PlayStation more often. Take note there. So what do you think? Do you think Nintendo dropped the ball here? I think Nintendo missed an easy win. An easy win. Announced new hardware. And instead they announced the OLED model. And everybody that I have heard talk about this thing, wind out of your sails. Even if you're stoked to get it, even if you're excited about the nicer screen and the sound effects to be playing on the go or whatever, yeah, sure, it's going to be brighter. It's going to look a little bit better to play those games, but it's the hardware. People are ready for a hardware refresh from Nintendo, and they just didn't deliver. That's my opinion. Am I wrong? I'd love to hear what you think, actually. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Let me know about that in the comments below. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Still going for 100,000 this year. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Hit that bell to know when I go live. Just in case you didn't notice, yes, I actually launched a merch store. My logo is on a few different things. I especially like the coffee mug. I think the t-shirt looks really good and the sweatshirts look really good. Let me know what you think about them in the comments below. Some people actually got some of the merch, so I hope you really, really enjoy it. If you don't, let me know so I can burn it all to the ground. No, I'm kidding. Just so I can fix it so that it is awesome, because I want it to be great. I'm really excited about it. Anyway, I mean, it's just sort of, it's a weird thing to put your personal logo on stuff and then have somebody say, I like that enough. Let me buy a coffee cup from you. It's cool. It's cool. Thank you so much. Memberships on YouTube are turned on. Again, members, keep giving me that feedback in the comments. I read the member comments regularly. Thank you to everybody who's become a member. If you want to become a member, get access to these videos when I record them in the middle of the night, don't forget to check that out if you're interested. And that's it. Subscribe. The coffee cup thing. Memberships. I think I covered it all. So I'm going to wish you a wonderful day. I don't know why I have so much energy tonight. A friend came over and we had a great day. And I hope you have a great day also. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you for the next one. Bye, everybody.